I've had a long and diverse and interesting career that crossed a number of different sectors and industries. And I've always been fascinated by ecosystems at the cellular level, the molecular, the species, the ecosystem level. And I always loved learning how things connected. My name is Rachel Meidel. I'm a fellow of energy and sustainability at the Baker Institute for Public Policy, Center for Energy Studies. One of my first jobs out of college was a hazardous materials field chemist. And I was a contractor for the government and worked with the military, managing hazardous waste and managing different environmental programs wherever the military and the government had installations. And so that role took me across the world. Eventually moved into the commercial sector where I did those things for a lot of different companies, a lot of different industries, and I worked across the entire life cycle. I worked for mining and processing facilities and operations, all the way to end-of-life management at landfills, at incinerators, and everything in between. After that, I spent a number of years as a reactive materials chemist and managed explosives and destabilized different shock-sensitive chemicals. I went back to school so I could learn more about environmental policy and law. I ended up working then for the University of California, San Diego, and I managed a hazardous waste facility in the environmental program. And that eventually really spurred my interest in policy. I was appointed into a role in the federal government under the Senior Executive Service and was the Deputy Associate Administrator for the Pipeline and Hazardous Materials Safety Administration. And so with my years of working in chemistry and engineering and health physics and working in trade and waste management really taught me a lot about what sustainability means and how to apply that across different geographies and how to translate that into policies. And the way for me that was interesting to do that was through research, through data-driven and objective research that really got to the heart of the issues. Sustainable solutions required sustained investments, and those are investments that take place across an entire life cycle. And so that means the companies that supply the materials and the minerals to make the products and the components that we need for batteries or solar panels need to be financially, socially, environmentally sustainable just as much as those companies downstream, those companies that need to manage those materials at the end of life. Because without that, we can't say that these products or these services or these processes are sustainable unless we look at the entire full picture. So we need sustained investments, and we need those upstream as well as downstream. So part of what I do at the Baker Institutes in looking at plastics and looking across life cycles, what do we need for investments? What do we need for technology and R&D at every stage across the entire plastics value chain? And plastic waste is growing. Every year it's growing, and only about 9% of plastics are actually recycled. Most of them are incinerated or landfilled. We export a lot. And so we need solutions. We need recycling solutions. We need circular solutions. How do we redesign plastics? What is important about the work that we do at the Baker Institute is that it is evidence-based and it is objective and data-driven. Instead of prematurely excluding a technology or an innovation that might have the potential to increase recycling rates and increase circularity.